just open air and cold. Every flight's a story, a heavy loaded road. So buckle up, turn the volume high. Let's share these moments beneath the virtual sky. Yeah. Let's share it all. Oh, it's time to fly higher than the sky. The virtual flight diary. Watch the fire. Spinning around the world at disco beat so grand. Got the whole wide planet right here in my hand. Come on, let's fly. Yeah, in the cockpit we ignite so high. Virtual flight diary. Come along. Keep on watching where you belong. See you next time. Yeah.
Hello, 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 and welcome to another live stream by Virtual Flight Diaries. And I did say we were going to party like it's 1978, so here we are with the Inibuilds L1011 TriStar. Yeah, I'm going to need my glasses for this one. A lot of reading. Anyway, so yeah, so we're going to do it. I've seen a lot of people, they're using the auto import and everything like that, and we're going to go completely old school. If you guys know me, I like to do it, you know, the way it was done. So I like classic stuff, so we're going to do it the classic way. So we're here at JFK, and we are going to fly down to Miami in Pan Am livery. We're on the IVAO ATC. And yeah, let's get on board and let's get started. So we got Limp Rocketeer. Yo, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing, sir? Along with Drunk Billy. Hello, hello, hello. So, TriStar. Let's do it. So about 2.5 hours in flight. Got a VOR to VOR style flight plan. Oh, Holden's joining us too. Hey, welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. How are you, sir? All right. So, TriStar. A lot of old school stuff. A lot of stuff. So I'm kind of going to use a hybrid of this. I'm just going to use it to kind of check to see if I've completed everything. I'm still learning this. I've set it up. I've flown it. I haven't landed yet, so this is gonna be a first time landing live. Truly a button heaven, yes, sir. Truly a button heaven. There is more switches than the Millennium Falcon. All right, so let's get over here to this panel, and we're going to get the battery power on. Have things come to life. We're hooked up to the ground power, so we're going to turn that bus on. And then come back here. And we got this panel. And we're going to go start here. So we're going to put standby. And I'm going to come down here and let's go. We're going to get the position lights on. Back here. Turn you on. Starter is in A. We'll leave it at that. So the TriStar was a concept of if the lights are out, it's good. So kind of like the modern day 777, 787. If the lights are out, it's good. So we turn it on, lights go out. It was a forward thinking that if a light was showing, it would grab your attention, meaning there's something wrong with the configuration. So you have to think about it. So in 1971 or somewhere around there that this plane came out, Lockheed Martin was just getting into the commercial jet age with this plane. This was their one and only commercial presentation in the jet age. Because I know they did a lot with the props, but yeah. So what the world didn't know at the time was that they had just come off of the SR-71 Blackbird project, so they had a wealth of knowledge on super modern avionics. So like these displays and stuff like that are 70s, which was just insane for the time. So it was the most advanced airliner at the time. 3-engine. I believe it was a competition for the DC-10 from Douglas Company. So yeah. All right. So we got that fired up. So we'll go back to our panel. Yeah, we can do some tests. These bees. Fuel well fire. Brake test. Alrighty, coming on. We're going to put that hydraulic on. We've got brake pressure. That's good right now. Come across here. That's good right now. This is our pressurization system. So we're going up to flight level 360. There's a couple of bugs, and one of them is this pressurization panel. Maybe it's user error, but I know we are experiencing bugs with this thing. It doesn't really affect too much. So we're going 360. And what is our baro? 30-30. All right, wow. High pressure. Doesn't look like a high pressure day. So we'll set the baro at 30-30. A lot of scrolling. All right, so that panel is set. Come over here. That's not modeled. Do oil tests. Turn the sounds up for you guys a little bit. I think we're a little low on that. Put it on unsafe for takeoff. All right, coming down here, we got cabin temperature test. All right. I think I play the game Re-Entry, where I learned how to fly the Apollo spacecraft. All right. Some of the tests aren't modeled. You could do a vibration control test. Server did I connect to on IVAO? Hold on. It was whatever the one that gave me. Let me see here. Check that. Let's see. Just learned it doesn't matter which server, so we can see each other, no problem. Oh, okay. Yeah, I whatever server they gave me to start, I just like logged in. I honestly don't know how to look it up. I don't think I can look it up on the. I'd have to disconnect and reconnect. I could do that. All right. Well, I mean, if it doesn't matter, then okay. All right. So, moving on. Oh, you can see. Okay, cool. Should be able to see me in a Pan Am livery too. So that's all set up. So let's get some lighting juice because it's kind of cloudy and miserable here. Do some instruments on. Panel lighting on. Ah, here. All right, so this lovely thing. So the ground, it's like a paper chart simulator. They're calling it the paper flight book or something to that effect. So you can click on the ground chart. You got chocks. We can actually put the chocks on because we're at the gate. Yeah. And then the thing, GSX doesn't work. There's no thing. And also, I oddly find it that there is no real LVARs to connect things. So, like, I can't do auto throttle. Yeah, I have to do everything by clicking the panel. But it's okay. So, OFP, you know, you can typical sign into SimBrief, and you can download things that's under third party. You can also sign in a Navigraph for charts. With this, you could send that to the INS. We're not going to do that. We're going to load our stuff. Got about 15 waypoints. We can only do 9 at a time, so we'll have to add more as we are en route. And then you got takeoff performance here, and we'll get to that in a little bit. There is a little bit of a frame hit when you're on the live loading pages. One thing we're going to do is going to put our weights in. We're taking out 75,000 pounds of fuel. This thing is a fuel hog. It burns something like 30,000 pounds of fuel an hour, something. I'm not sure the exact figures, but and we're taking 208 passengers on board down to Miami. So we're going to do a cabin tour en route. We got a couple hours to play around with. So next up is our INS. So we're going to put it on position. And we're going to start the alignment process. The real world one, we should be able to put it on remote and it would link all 3 of them, but that is not modeled, unfortunately. But you really only need to fly from this one. I'm just going to align all 3, but I'm only going to put the waypoints in one of them because that would be ridiculous. We'll be here for hours. All right, so we have to put in our gate. This is where I need my glasses. So the only thing is like you can import your entire flight plan into the thing through the OFP. You still have to do this process to align them, though. It doesn't auto align. All right, so we got to do north 40 38.5. North 40 38. Insert west 70 073 476. Insert you, and over here we'll do the same thing. North 40 38.5. And one of the interesting thing is that yes, in real world we would do our gate lat and longitude, but you really only need, it's accurate to 10 miles, so you can really just do the airport's lat and longitude if you need it. Forty 38.5. Yeah, let's tell me I had like a WASM failure. Are you serious? $48.5. Insert west 0 7 6. Are you departing 22 right? Yes, that's the runway I got. I think everybody else is departing 22 right as well. A couple of the airplanes I saw. I think that was maybe on the server. Speaking of which, just keep adding programs in the background. Stacks on stacks. All right. And then the third one, which is the Flight Engineers INS. North. Insert west 0 7 3 4 7 6. All right, and then we're going to come up here and just move them to a line. That's going to take a couple minutes, so we'll be able to come back and get our flight plan in. All right, so next we'll go to waypoint, and we're going to go to waypoint 1. So I'm using SimBrief. I like the SimBrief United Airlines 2018 because they kind of block it off nicer for the lat and longitudes. All right, so we're going to go north. Waypoint 1 is 4018.7. West 7409.6. See, I'm used to the SIVA, which you don't need the forwarding 0, but the LTN you do. Here's the whole thing. All right, north. This is going to take forever. I could see why some live streamers are just importing it. 7. Insert. West 0 74096. Insert U, and we're going to go to waypoint 2, which is Sea Isle. And it's going to be north 39057. Insert, and west 074480. Insert U, and we'll go to waypoint 3, and it's going to be north 38 36 155. Insert west 076 1 5. Okay. Yeah, so this makes programming the Starship look like a walk in the park. Thought you had to do a lot of typing with the Starship. So we're here with this. All right, so next one is New Bern. And that is going to be north 3504. 4. Insert west 077. West 077 027. Insert that. And waypoint 5 is Wilmington. It's going to be north 34211. 7 2 5. Yeah, sorry about this, guys. I know this is kind of boring, maybe, but it is how they did it. And we'll go to waypoint 6, which is going to be Grand Station. And it's going to be north 33488. Insert you with a west of 7843. Insert that. Waypoint 7 is St. Augustine. It's going to be north 2957. Insert west 081. And waypoint 8. It's going to be Ormond Beach. North 28063. West. Two 9182. What did I get? Okay. Two 9182. You have to get these right, because if we don't, we're going to end up God knows where, because I don't have the little helper screen. 081. And then at waypoint 9 is going to be Melbourne, Florida. That is north 28063. .381. Seriously? Got to review them real quick. Helps if there's a first officer that's cross-checking. All right, Colts Neck. We got 40187 and 74096. All right. Sea Isle 39057 and 74480. Okay. Elizabeth City, we got 3615.5 and 76105. New Bern 35044 and 77027. That's correct. Wilmington is next at 34211 and 77525. Okay, and then Grand Strand is 33488 and 78435. And St. Augustine is 29574 and 81198. Ormond 29182 and 81068. And Melbourne 28063 80381. Confirmed. Oi. All right, and we'll see where we are on the alignment. And we still got a little bit to go. Leave it on that. All right, so for it's 16:33 Greenwich Mean Time. Set this up. 16:33. Insert. Okay, and our gross weight is 367. To the nearest 1,000 pounds. Fuel 75.3. Outside temperature. So I got is a TAT. What's the SAT here? The car somewhere. Real world, it is 9. Now we got our takeoff EPR, which will be 0.632. Yeah, all right, moving forward. Flight setup, we are going to be climb optimum, 3 engine standard cruise. These are things you can't change, unfortunately. And let's do, so I want to be at 8,000 feet at Fort Lauderdale. So let's do a little cheat. So everybody's been putting the full lengths minus 30 miles in. I don't think that's it. I think it's this number. 3600. And we're going to be 8,000. degrees. Calculate 87.9. So we're going to do 88 in here. So bottom of descent distance would be 88. Bottom descent altitude will be 8,000. We're doing at least 240 on the knots. 240. That's set. Forward. All right, so We don't have to do anything here except put our altitude in. It's 360. Insert that. That's going to give us our top of climb. And forward our cruise. We're going to be cruising at 0.83. Can't change that. So what this is for thrust management setting, which I'll be using today, as well as it's in the auto throttle. So it's this button here where you got the auto throttle. It's a whole different kind of thing. We'll be using VNAV as well. It's a very rudimentary VNAV. All right, so that all looks good. And our descent, nothing can change here. There we go. And we'll put it back on the take-up. So we're actually waiting for this to tick down to about under 5. We should be able to align then. And that's here, 22.8. There's no CTAF here on IVAO, so we don't have to worry about that. I guess I'll keep it at 2,000. So that panel is all set up. Let's, we got everybody on board. So let's fire up the APU. Okay, APU master can come on, and we will hit the start button until we see the door light in transit. Echo 19 did the sound pack for this. All right, so while that's finishing firing up, we're going to do our panel tests here, 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 and here. So these weren't digital. These were like little flip panels. It was pretty cool. Come down here, we could do our oxygen test. Sides. That's there. So let's check this. CPU switch and fuel panel set.
Did my job. Got that flow all set for you.
Thank you. Technically, it should be on one pump. That's fine. We'll run all 3. Or all 8 fuel tanks. All right, so yeah, we get the bleed air on, and we come up here, and that should be indicating. So let's some cabin air in on the electrical panel. Get the APU on the bus. That's very important, because if you switch off ground power and you don't have it on the APU bus, it's going to cut everything off, and we have to start over. We'll do normal flow. And These galleys are on. All right, so that's set, that's set, that's set. Just waiting for the alignment. Yep, so all the green lights. So we just flip these over to a nav and good to go right there. Good. Then to arm this, we're going to go track change 0, 1 to our first waypoint, insert U. And that is all set. So next thing, we'll get this on INS. And we're taking off runway 22. Get that in heading mode to 220. Can't wait till there's L-bars and people have set up a movie flight profile. I imagine this is going to be on the Boeing autopilot. This is definitely Scroll Simulator. And we're going to go, there's no any kind of ATC on, so we're going to start climbing right out to our cruise altitude. So guys, all that's left is for us to do takeoff performance calculator or calculation and get pushed back and get out of here. Six zero. This is why I started at noon, guys. I usually start at 1, but it would be a very long flight. And I actually overshot it. There we go. 360. All right. It's all set. We'll get the flight directors on. Takeoff performance. And we'll do flaps 10 takeoff, and we'll sync the weights. This is all calculated, like the pressure, altitude, and everything like that was calculated by the PMS system. And we'll calculate U, and we'll set the bugs. This is why I brought in 2 extra hours of fuel. You gotta need it. You gotta need it. Need it. Okay. So, and this one I'm going to set to, so the middle one I'm going to set to climb as a reference. I saw this on one of the streamers. This will reference our climb setting. So we'll set takeoff to these 2, which will then, if our throttles are all matched up, it'll go across the board here. And then I'll set the climb using the center one, which should even out here. It's not an exact science, but it's close enough. And there we go. All right. So, see, I told you there's a performance hit if you're on those menu pages. See, it gets all nice and smooth. It's weird. All right, no smoking seatbelt signs can come on. No idea what light that is, but we'll turn it on anyway. Anti-collision light can come on. And we are ready to go. Oh, take off.
Radio check. Stop.
I should do a radio check as well. Flipper 453, radio check. Cool. Oh, and I also, so I actually have a Bando controller using a macro program, which is very convenient because my keyboard is over here, and to fly and have a push to talk on the keyboard was just not going to work for me. If you guys want to know what I'm using, it is Anti-Macro X is the program. I actually use the program as well for flow. I have it linked to my mouse. All right, so we need some panel juice in here. So let's get the glare shield. Instrument lights. Center console. Lights. All right, engine starts.
Going through the engine startup flow. One moment, please, Captain. Captain, happy to report that the aircraft is now set to your specifications.
Why, thank you, good sir. Doors all closed. Is jetway just detached? Let's detach the jetway. I think it'll detach because I did it here. That's another thing too. I can't get SimBrief or GSX to recognize the SimBrief profile as well. All right, prepare for pushback. Kennedy traffic clipper 453 pushing back gate 9. Kennedy.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
A sound bug. Of course, I can't tell if it's a sound bug with thing or a sound bug with my my audio panel, which I need to replace.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Zero interior sounds right now.
Locking gear. Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push.
Maybe I'll be able to join by the time you We're pushing back now. We're pushing back now. That's funny. All right, so let's get the engines fired up. So number 2 first. I had my views all set up. I have zero sound in the cockpit. It's really annoying. Apparently there's a sound bug. Supposed to correct itself. No. Noise canceling is on by default. All right, engine 1 and then 3. Oh, we're waiting for engine 3 to rise. Once it hits 20, we can introduce some fuel. Got N2.
Please set parking brakes. Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
I don't know what that was. Hopefully it didn't screw things up. All right, starting 3. We gotta figure out where we're taxiing to. 2 right. 2 right. We're gonna go Alpha. Alpha Echo. Fueling. This plane does take forever to get set up. It's a lot of fun and a very old school. It'll definitely teach you a whole new set of skills. A particular set of skills. Skills that normal modern day aviators wouldn't have. And are often afraid of. In Liam Neeson's voice. Alright, so that's 3 good starts. Come up here and put that on both. Do the after start flows. Doing flaps 10, so we don't need that. Let's just line up. So,
Sending traffic, America 1017, pushing back from Alpha 39.
just verify we are at 10. Yes, sir. Kennedy traffic. Clipper 453, taxiing runway 22 via Alpha Echo. Kennedy. Parking brake released. And we are rolling. Some taxi lights on. Turn-offs. So the nose gear is way back here. So you're gonna have to overshoot your turns, all of them, or you'll clip. Get on the straightaway here. We got to set our trim, which we didn't do. Only way to see what our ground speed actually is to switch this down to track speed. All right, takeoff performance. We got 3.39. .39 is set. Flaps 10. Let's go.
Safety traffic, American 8762, pushing back, plus day 514.
So how many people are thinking about getting this plane? Because you don't actually have to fly it like I'm flying it today. Like I said, you can import all your waypoints into the INS from the OFP. And what's cool about that is when you do that, you can actually, it'll auto update the next segment of waypoints for you. You could add the little Texas Instruments screen in the center, which will give you a moving map so you can see where you're at. You can actually go a GPS, which is actually, if you go with the GPS, it's actually not unrealistic. So, and it puts a 530 Garmin in here, because that in the late 90s they actually plopped a 530 in here so they could do RNAVs. So even if you do the GPS, you're not cheating, as they would say. So it's just me. Hold a second. I might later in the year, but I'm waiting for other planes right now. I got you. I got you. Plus, this thing needs some updates. This thing definitely needs some updates. They're not game breaking, but they're, some of the bugs are a little immersion breaking, and some of them are a little annoying, really. After a few updates and when it comes out of the marketplace. Oh, I wholeheartedly agree with that. If I didn't want to show this to you guys and and fly it, or I like the classics. So if I didn't want to do all that, I definitely would have waited as well. I hate the marketplace, I really do. But it's going to be just like the A340-300. Where they later on brought it back into their things, and you had to do a whole thing to get them to put it in your Inibuilds folder, or the thing is I've been trying to adjust the curves on my pedal. It's a little sensitive on the rudder as well. Yeah, I don't like it that they're doing this bring it to the marketplace thing. Updates would be slow. It's just not a good thing. G'day, traffic. Clipper 453, crossing runway 31 right at Echo. Kennedy. Hopefully the FS Copilot, you could do 3 with it. So I downloaded FS Copilot, guys, just so you know. As of right now, it's not one of the profiles. You have to actually use the specific planes that have profiles in them. So hopefully it comes around to it that a three-person shared cockpit with this plane would be wild.
Traffic Delta, American 1017 crossing runway 13 left, continue Echo to right.
Official profiles only from what I saw.
For runway 23 right via Echo. Kennedy.
I mean, there's a good bit of profiles. PMDG 737 is one of them. Then the Phoenix A3, the Airbus series is also has profiles for a lot of the Black Square, like the Baron and so on. Which you really don't need two person, but it would be cool for.
Line up procedures. Yep, doing that now. Captain, flow complete. Back to you now.
All right, so flaps 10, 3.39 set. We have our EPers in and our speeds in. We are ready to go, guys. Let's get out of here. Kennedy traffic clipper 453 heavy, departing runway 22 right, south departure. Kennedy. All right, let's see if I can get a good lineup.
Kennedy traffic. American 8762 crossing 31 right at Echo.
Not bad. Not bad. All right, off we go into the wild blue yonder. All right, so we got, let's see, let's put VNav on. What are VNav on? Flight directors are on. Runway heading is set. All right, spool them up. Why? Takeoff warning. All right, let's try this again. Spool them up. Doug was in chat. Yep.
knots.
80 knots. Cross check. Thrust set.
V1, rotate.
Let's go flying.
Positive rate of climb.
You're up.
Gear up. Flaps 4.
Autopilot on. Thrust management set. Ding.
Flap 0.
Lap 0. We got our breakout. Yeah, yeah. 250 knots. Okay, Clever Clipper 453, just departed runway 22 right. Direct to Coles Neck. Last call. All right, gear up, flaps up.
On the climb check. Stand by, Captain. All set. That last flow was completed as requested.
Heavy traffic, American 1017, departing runway 22 right.
All right, thrust management. So let's go ahead and set our climb EPR. And then now we can go over to this panel here. And can turn on the galley power. Kill the APU bleed. That goes to mild. And we'll shut that off.
Heavy traffic, American 1017, line up.
New controls come down, and we should be able to shut this bus off. Once the APU is all powered down. All right, so we click on INS, and now it's going to start us onto our first waypoint. We are almost to Coles Neck. As you can see, we're 2.7 miles from it. All right, there's 10,000 feet, so that could come off. Good. Smoke them if you got them.
Traffic, departing runway 25.
Stop. Got to hit the stop button. It's all look good. Try to warm up the cabin. Ducts. Some heat in the cabin. Everyone's freezing. I don't know why. I've seen a lot of the streamers. Maybe they just didn't understand it. But using thrust management is actually a really good and fuel efficient way to do the climb out and cruise. So it's going to automatically switch us over to each phase of flight. So we're in climb now. It's going to increase the EPR output as needed to maintain efficiency. and it's going to maintain our speeds that we've all set in the PMS. And then it's going to get the cruise, it's going to switch us over and hold us at Mach. So it was actually very, very efficient. Will our tugboats help? You spooled them up, yeah. And say, Billy said, "Have you figured out how to speed up the cruise using TM?" So no, and I don't. I think it's not modeled. So you can't adjust the cruise from standard, and that's what you need. So it's just going to set it to an optimum cruise. So for climb out, this is it. This is all you can do. So hopefully they update it. So the only way to adjust your cruise is to go out of VNav and just use the auto throttle. So that's the only way for now. So 75 nautical miles to our top of climb, and we are looking good. All systems go. I'll turn the engines down a little bit. Turn the sim down a little bit. And it's time for some music. And I said we're going to party like it's 1978. So that's the music we got.
I'm staring through your window, looking up at the stars, up at the stars. I'm caught inside a loop where I can get to your heart, get to your heart. Ooh, you're letting your fears take hold, let them take control.
So when we get up to cruise, we're going to then balance the fuel tanks.
You know how I feel, know how I feel. Oh, see how much I want.
Are there any suspicious substances in first class? Well, I cannot confirm nor deny that there may be certain things going on in the lounge. It is 1978 and we are going to Miami. So
See how much I want it, see how bad I need it. You gotta look into my eyes, look into,
I even changed the intro music to a little disco Virtual Flight Diaries intro. If the guys have to let me know what you thought of that. It's modeled with the toilets, yeah. That was an awesome new intro. Yeah, it's gonna be my classic intro. Gotta keep you guys on your toes. So it's gonna keep adjust. You can see it keeps adjusting the EPR for us, and it's going to then take us up to, and then it'll automatically set our cruise to 0.83. And like I said, hopefully they give us the ability to adjust that in the PMS. I took the fuel on board for a .85 cruise, which is at the barber pole. But I did that just to have some extra fuel on board. There might be a little 80s techno mix in there, but or synth music. Royalty free, copyright free. You don't have very much selection. Yeah. Yes. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't even know that emoji existed. Got John Travolta on the dance floor. All right, so we're going to set... I'm just going to do a magic barrel rep. So there's no button to set standard. You'd have to set it with the... yeah, we could just set it with the barrel. R2. It should have. I had it synced. Yep. Then all that's left is our standby altimeter. Then scroll simulator. Holy cow, how far did I go back? Oh, it's in millibars. Duh. That's why I went back so far. There we go. Now it's synced. Ish. Hit the wrong button there. Oh, see, switch this over to 8.2. And it's actually got us going a little faster in 8.2. So down here, we could see that we're going to Sea Isle, and we're 1.5 miles from Sea Isle. I do not have drift on because I couldn't figure out, there was no procedure on how to reacquire, so I think it just lets it drift. Like the SIVA, you can reacquire via VOR to re-establish your position. So I have it off. So it's a little bit of a cheat. So we're actually tracking this INS as if it's a RNAV 2, I think, which would be similar to an Airbus in accuracy. No, we're going 461 knots across the ground. And we got a track heading of, so I can see we have a trackway heading of 203. But we could keep, I'm going to keep it on this. So time. 31 miles to our next waypoint. And 21 minutes. Let's do a little, since we have no map, I'm just going to do our aviation here and just do our nav picks. 2 to 3. We're going to Elizabeth City. Fuel check. Close enough for government work. Definitely would be a first officer's job. All right, 1,000 feet to go. So the ticker here is white is armed, or white is active, and the white over a black background is armed. Right. Flight level 360 is acquired. Hey, we got a little conga line going here. That's awesome. No VTC on. So that's going to be the only thing I've noticed with the IVAO is that ATC is a little on the lacking side, but it's definitely more relaxed than VATSIM, that's for sure. Any meowing on guard? All right, so we're in the cruise. We're established at 0.83, 36,000. That looks good. So it's time to go over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to burn from the center tanks until they come down to 144. So what we do here is we turn the cross feeds on and we turn these tanks off. And we're just going to monitor this until it comes down to almost thing. So we're going to go probably, we'll switch them back on at about 49, 48, because you have to lead them. When you turn these back on, they'll eventually all go even. That's what I found out in my cruise tests. All right, and electrical looks good. We got the APU bus off. Got to remember that when you shut down the APU, you got to hit the stop button, or else it's just going to freeze spin, and you won't be able to disconnect the bus. And yeah, see, we shouldn't have this. So this shouldn't show 20,000 feet. So the cabin's not. I think that's one. I think the small number is that. No. This should be at 7.6, and this should be at whatever. So the cabin altitude should be at 7.6, and then this should show. Dang, it should. This is all bugged, but I am 100% positive they're going to fix all this stuff. So, and let's see, the cabin is 62 degrees. Oh, that's the flight station is 62. So we got 65. Mid cabin is 66. Galley's all cold. Keep it on mid cabin. Got it on hot. And we got the hot air cross bleed on. Put that on auto. Pardon me. Oh, that's not modeled. So we're looking good. I know what we have to do here. There's a bug with this as well. I go to aircraft settings, metric. It's reversed. We come back here, we hit the button again. Now we're in pounds. Come back here, put it back in imperial. And that's good. Yeah, we got the fuel warning. All right. All right, so we got an hour is in the monitoring phase. So let's go check out the cabin, which is pretty cool. You can almost feel the shag carpet. Yeah, it's that shag carpet. That's the industrial carpet. So the graphics are pretty good. They got I mean, you're looking in, we got thread lines. The only thing is the cabin doesn't change no matter what livery you got in. So we got to keep this 1970s vibe going, which is all right. I just don't know if Clipper had it. like that. So none of the doors are modeled, but the interiors are, which is odd. I guess that's upcoming updates. Very, very spacious cabin. I like how so there was no center overheads. There was some overhead pins over here. Apparently, when this came out, it was not a big thing to have carry on. Everything went in the hold. One thing I didn't do is set up views. But I did. Very spacious. So like Mustafa said in his video, this is the Titanic. Got the array of bathrooms back here. Of course, he said that if you use this bathroom, because you're right underneath the engine, you're underneath the number 2. They said it was just deafening back here. And we got in-flight movies. You got the projector screen here. Where is the stairs to the lounge? We're getting there. It's right up here. So I had an old school projector for an in-flight movie, which would be suck for the guys back there. We got the elevator system from the galley. But we got the stairs right here. So there's a little club seating right here. That's pretty cool. Let's go down to the lounge. Fortunately, I don't have it set up on my controller, so we're going to have to do it this way. That for a lounge. You can come down here and cruise. Get yourself, you can almost smell the cigarette smoke and cheap gin. Like a scene from Mad Men. They even got some 70s magazines going here. Look at that. Cadillac road units. I'm saying, hey, that's what my house smells like right now. Cigarettes and cheap gin. That's hilarious. Probably one of the coolest places in any plane to date. Yeah, because so this one had it. I do know that the 747 had a lounge as well. We got these like 1970s, 1973 Vogue, the French version of Vogue. '78 Ford Bronco. This is so the little Easter eggs are kind of cool. You got Budweiser. Who wants a Bud? I'm surprised they were able to kind of. Is it a Budweiser or it just looks like Budweiser? No, it's a Budweiser can. Wow. I don't know about that. Hopefully they got permission from Budweiser to use that, right? And Nabisco. I got some serious snacks going on here. None of the doors work, but we can go through them. I had a 76 Chevy Blazer. Nice. That's a road unit. My dad had a 78 GMC Jimmy, which was kind of the same frame. My first car was an 83 AMC Eagle. If you guys know what that is. So we got the galley down here. So there's the galley was below. It was also a way to enter the plane through the galley. And they to increase the space up above, they put the galley down here in a cargo hold. So yeah, your dad had a Jimmy too. Yeah, that was actually pretty cool. My pop had it. What was it? It had a like glass pack exhaust on it. The thing was loud as all hell. And so they would prepare the meals and they would send up the carts through the elevator system, which is pretty cool. And we'll ride the elevator up. This was not for humans to use, but it's flight sim, so we could do it. We got a huge first class. I wonder if this is true to scale. So the first class seats are just a little bigger than the main class. It's like you sat in comfort back then, man. I think 1970 was still the era where people got dressed up to go traveling. It's probably on the down slope with that, maybe with the older crowd. That's the cabin. We got another toilet over here. Toilets don't flush. Deleting it now. It's definitely 1970s wood paneling. My house growing up had this stuff. All right, let's check out our fuel. See where we're at. 178. We got a ways to go. We got to burn off about 30,000 pounds. So 60,000 pounds actually. Rest in the front, casual in the back. Yes. We got the first officer or third officer view. So we'll sit here and chill for a little bit. So the big question is so in my test flights in my ground school, my homemade ground school to learn this plane, I went from setting it up to take off to cruise, but I never brought it down from cruise yet. So we're going to figure this one out together, guys. I don't know how VNAV descent works. I don't know. So we might end up using vertical speed anyway. No, we'll see. Is that an LOD issue? Oh, no. Okay. It looked weird there for a second, but there's the center. This will be fun. ATC on. Yeah, no. Wait, ATC is on? Oh, We got Miami Towers up. Nice. We'll see. We got an hour and a half to get down there. Very nice. So we'll see how IVAO handles. I think I filed my flight plan right that I don't have the RNAV. So do they, that's the big question, guys. I wonder if it's like VATSIM, do they ping you when they're ready for you? We're landing there, currently landing on 8s and 9s. So we're coming from the north, so we're probably going to get 8. I'm going to request 8 right because that's the longer runway. Let's see what the ATIS is. Information Delta. Arrival 8 left, 8 right, and 9, and departing 8 left, 8 right, and 9. Confirm ATIS Information Delta. We'll come back to that. Oh, it might stay on for a while. He just came on, so that's pretty cool. Well, we'll see how this goes. Considering I haven't done a landing in this. Get that chart. Should be easier with vectors. Yeah, they should give us 8 right for coming in from the north. Fun fact, I actually, before I went through air traffic control with VATSIM, I actually started out and got rated with IVAO. But I didn't do my observation stuff because I switched to VATSIM. So I have first class. I have first stage ratings for air traffic control for both IVAO and VATSIM. That number 2 contrail looks a little weird. But I guess it wouldn't be down, because if it was directing down, it would push the nose down. So it's an odd looking plane, guys. Because the DC-10 was a 3-holer as well, but it was like a mini MD-11, so it had the engine didn't have this S duct. This was the only wide body S duct, I believe. Well, so we should all get Tower Simulator 3 and do multiplayer sometime in the future. Yeah, I actually want to get Tower Simulator 3. It looks pretty cool. So I belong to another virtual airline that I haven't showcased much on the sim, maybe once or twice. It's called Piedmont Virtual Airlines Historical Group. And they are an all-classic virtual airline. So you can fly DC-3s, 737, early generation, 1, 2, and 3. They even have the Airbus, because the Airbus has been around since the 80s. They have, the F-28, so on and so forth. They actually have, they added L1011 routes, so I'll be flying this plane a lot more. They have Pan Am and ATA. But I actually got this route from their website, and what's a really cool airline is that their requirements is 1 flight every 6 months, so you don't have to be all with them monthly. Hence why I probably haven't showcased it during Virtual Airline Month or Virtual Airline Week on the channel. But if any of the streams you see me flying Piedmont, it's usually I'm on there. But belonging to that airline, it gives you a little purpose. Oh, man. Jeez. We'll start down about 88 nautical miles from Fort Lauderdale. It should put us at 8,000 at Fort Lauderdale. And that put us at the right altitude for him to vector us in for a landing. See if my radio panel that works with IVAO. Nice. We got the conga line coming in. Who's Billy? I saw him on the ground. Yeah, I set up and got surprise guests. Oh. So still on the ground. All right, no problem, no worries. Just making sure that I got a handle on you. So, but yeah. I don't want to miss your landings. But no, that's cool. That's cool. I definitely want to check out some things. Got FS Copilot. That really does look interesting. And supposedly people are saying it's a lot better than the other one. Apparently the other one doesn't work very well in 2024. What is that called? Your controls? Okay, cool. He said it was built with 2024 in mind. Oh. Makes it even better.
Let it slip away, and later on we kiss.
All right, let's check our fuel.
Now I'm looking everywhere for you, 'cause I need another dance, we need another chance. I'm waiting for.
We still got a little ways to go yet. And let's see. So we'll update the INS when we go. How many slots do I need? We'll probably do an update at 6-7. So I need 5 slots. So 6-7. We update our INS. Oh yeah, it's music. I do love the model. It looks really nice. Clipper Golden Eagle. What lights do we have on? Landing lights. We have all our lights on. Haha. Bare metal looks good. Check texturing there. So if you're just joining us, we're taking the Inibuilds L1011 from JFK down to Miami. Giving it a good test flight. Does anybody remember the formula to figure out vertical speed at 3 degrees? Been a while since I used it. Oh, okay, ground speed times 5. All right. All right, so a top of descent will do about 2,500 feet per minute. And then adjust it from there. All right, so it's good. So we can turn these pumps back on, and we'll kill the crossfeed valves, and it should even us all out. That's how we do fuel management at its basic. Good till we come down. See if let's see if my theory is correct, and if we are getting a top of descent. Probably not correct. It's just a theory I'm testing. That's okay. I have the Latin longitude for our top of descent. So, all right. So let's go waypoint 1. Go to waypoint. So the next waypoint is north 2731. Nope. 11 3. West. You want to do this early enough so that you got time to kind of mess around a little bit. Two is Palm Beach. Fort Lauderdale. Dolphin. Don't need Miami. So we're actually good. And what it'll do is when it gets to 9, it'll automatically roll over and go 9 back to 1. We're in the Comanche tomorrow. Yes, sir. Myrtle Beach to St. Augustine. We're gonna go visit Limp. We're starting at 11 tomorrow, guys. Starting at 11 tomorrow. That way I can get done early enough to help the wife get ready for Easter. And we'll probably use the, we'll probably be on IVAO as well. Let's see. $11, what is this craziness to talk about? Yeah, I have to get down a little early. Got to help the wife set up for Easter Sunday. Force you to get up early. Hey, Lip, it's good for you. It's good for you. You got to get up early. Well, Miami went offline. I have to set up for Easter too. I gotta hide my own eggs. Well, that's okay. If you set them up Saturday, Limp, you're old enough that you might actually forget where they are Sunday. All right, well, we're back to self-vectoring because Miami went offline. You'll smell them by next Easter. Yeah, so I think that's either it's not registering that we're at 360, or that's an indication that our cabin altitude is too high, which it is, because the because of the bug. So that's why I noticed that altitude flashing. I have to look that one up. Close enough for government work. Not perfect. Maybe I should have got closer. It's all right. They're almost balanced even. I don't know. With all the gin and cigarette smoke, it might be hard to smell them. I don't know, Limp. I envision you as a cigar guy, right? See, I was right. Quit smoking about 6-7 years ago. I quit smoking too, but I did it by going on to vaping. So traded one vice for another, I guess. So did I. I did enjoy a cigar every now and then. I haven't had a cigar in a while, though. I used to smoke a pipe. And not the wacky kind. Yeah, if we could get you to stop vaping, yeah, my kids would be happy. The nicotine is so low that I might as well just quit. It's almost it's not the nicotine addiction anymore. It's just the mechanics of it, you know. Of course, that probably doesn't look good on stream. Well, get a glass of grandma and get a cigar. Yep. The nicotine is probably the least bad thing in that thing. Probably. What do they got? All kinds of metal chemicals and stuff like that from the coil. I'm inhaling magnesium. All right, so our next waypoint, we should be heading toward. I should be heading towards St. Augustine now. Hey, far be it from me to lecture you. You do you. Hey, no, I get it. It's not a good thing. Do a position check. So we're en route to St. Augustine. Looking distance. So 204 miles, 25 minutes to St. Augustine. Mark. Oh, how about that? It actually works. I love it when a plan comes together. You're supposed to be able to test that. I just double checking my fuel. It's getting there. I think it'll balance out before we land. Do know you have to lead it some because the center tanks will burn just slightly faster on the switchover. I don't know why. I don't know the mechanic of that. So my around about top of descent Latin longitude based on SimBrief is a 9 to 1. So that's what we're looking for. When we're heading to 1, we're heading towards our top of descent. And it should be somewhere north of Fort Lauderdale. Well, that's based on Miami. So we're going to actually, when we switch, this is going to become important. So when we switch to 9 going to 1, we're going to look for, so we can actually go, should be able to see. Figure this out. Then I have to figure this out. So, top of descent calculation from SimBrief is based on Miami. That's so from Palm Beach to Fort Lauderdale. Actually start down at that. Just before, so when 1 gets to about 10, when we're 10 miles from our top of descent Latin longitude, we'll start down slowly. Actually put, I know what I can do. That'll help. 114.4. Should give us situational awareness to Fort Lauderdale. Flying the Star after St. Augustine, Tarpon 3 Kendall transition. Okay. Well, you know, you go with your modern airplane. I technically could do the Star if I loaded the waypoints, but I didn't do a Star type flight plan. So that's another thing too. You can actually tell it to, you could tell it to import the Star waypoints into your, when you import the flight plan over to the INS. And with INS drift off, it's as accurate as an FMC. So there are tons of ways to fly this plane, and they made it easy across all boards. Like if you have no desire to learn how to program an INS, all you got to do is just get the alignment process down and then import all your waypoints, and it'll auto update. Because I kind of want to fly across the pond in this thing. But I'll definitely do an auto update kind of thing with that. When we get closer to our top of descent, we'll actually do our landing perf calculation, so we can get the EPR and the VAP set. So when we switch over to, I'll put Palm Beach on 2. That would be fun. I've yet to do across the pond. It's 6.5 hours, 7 hours. Really want to wait for a long haul stream when we hit 1,000. So this will be in the mix for the long haul stream. The only thing is that we would have to fly with the GPS if we're on VATSIM. Don't know what IVAO's rules are, but you have to be able to be RNAV and what is it, MMPS accurate to cross the pond on VATSIM. So they only want modern aircraft. But this one we can put GPS in and be GNSS capable, which then allows us to go across the pond. But I can have that equipment on board and still kind of program this. I don't know. I don't know if IVAO has the same rules. You know, I could set this up. So I'm landing 8 right now that there's no controller on. We could do however you want. No pressure to use VATSIM. We could use IVAO or just multiplayer. Well, when we do our across the pond flight for when we hit 1,000 subscribers, it's going to be a poll. So we'll see. Definitely going to let you guys pick. You're coming in on 9? Okay, cool. So I'm going to be, you guys are coming in on this, on the star. I'm going to be vectoring, but I'll be vectoring a downwind. So I think, honestly, I think the star comes in on a downwind to the runways. It's 450 for decision height. Weird. 441. 41. Loop is going to do 9 as well. Okay, cool. Just sit here and set my decision height. At least it's not barrel ref. And we're not in Denver. Oh, I may be wrong. I don't see our top of descent updating. I would imagine it would have updated after an hour passed, because we only got 40 minutes left in the whole flight. So maybe it is the full thing. I just have to figure out how to calculate that precisely. It would be your trip length minus where you're at minus how many miles from the airport you are at your bottom of descent. So now V1 says the standard is a good standard is 30 nautical miles from the airport at 10,000 feet. But I know I could be much more precise. One thing would be tough would be to figure out crossing restrictions on the fly. That would be definitely a tough thing to do if you were on network. But we wouldn't necessarily need a crossing restriction. So, because we're slant alpha, we would be given our altitudes anyway. So, because we're not RNAV, so I guess it wouldn't be that difficult. They would have to accommodate us. And you would be able to calculate a 3-degree descent path. So, like they said, hey, I need you at 8,000 at Fort Lauderdale. We could then figure that out. But mostly I think slant alpha ATC would give us, descend and maintain X. we're all looking really good. So I got to be 4,000. So our intercept is slightly under 3,000 to be below glide slope. I want to be below glide slope so I could, because I don't know how well this is going to capture. So I'll intercept at between 25 and 28. Just work it through, think it out loud, kind of use it as a briefing anyway, right? What is the reciprocal of 92 degrees? 272. So my downwind is going to be 272. Definitely want to get set up far in advance because you want to kind of stay real far ahead of this plane. I have a strong suspicion that if you get far behind this plane, it'll bite you hard. You're not going to like it. One thing I didn't do is I didn't set it to neutral. It's actually a 3-stage, guys. It looks like it should be 1, but it's 3-stage. Here's a neutral position. And we'll land medium. So that's all set up. I don't have to worry about it. Let's do a fill check. So it's dipping below. That's fine. Plenty of fuel. Not going to flame out or anything like that. I'm just not sure how. So the takes 1 A and 1B feed. It's definitely a complicated thing. This was no joke for the third officer. You see, apparently the 777 had a big update. Unfortunately for Limp, though, none of the changelogs said that they were putting it on Marketplace. I think the 200 and 300. I didn't update, so I could actually tell you. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Yep. All of them. The freighter, the 300 and 200 got updates. Yeah, so we land runway 8 right. I'm going to definitely just vacate and head over to the heavy spots over on the American side, American Airlines. Because I think American Airlines bought Pan Am out anyway. It was probably the terminals that they used. All right, 30 minutes left in the flight. We're going to be going through down the Florida coast pretty quickly. Fuel's hanging around even-ish. I think there's a margin. I think the 6,000 pound margin is pretty good. So we're good for landing. We're going to be going pretty quick. So let me do a landing perf now. Our runway conditions are dry. We're doing full flaps. There's no way to change that. I don't think. I think they landed full flap anyway. So. So landing weights. Let's we're probably gonna lose about 600. Let's do 328. Let's go on the heavy side. 329. Sure. Landing elevation at Miami. 9. Calculate that. So VAP 145, and we'll set that. That's all it says. You got 30 minutes ahead of us. Who are you and what have you done with Sean? Well, let's see. We got, yeah, you guys are pretty far out. We could actually deboard. So you're an A321. You're probably doing 0.78, right? We got Limp. He's probably doing what, 0.78 or 0.8. I'm doing 0.83 the whole way. So. Some cool views there. She's a rocket ship, and we're not even at full cruise. They used to cruise at 0.85 right on the barber pole, 70s, 727. All those guys used to ride the barber pole because fuel didn't cost $20,000. Because I don't think we're going to pick up these VR. I think they're low altitude VRs. So we're really going to try to have to judge by this. Well, so you're bumping it up. You may close that gap. You are cleared for max Q. Jacksonville Center, American aircraft inbound to St. Augustine. Best forward speed. We don't have to worry about missing. No, I won't. I'll be able to actually park and set the jetway up and deboard. That's a first. Usually I'm screaming at a halt on the taxiway to make sure I get to see you guys. Nice. All right, so we're all set up for our arrival. I don't think we're going to get... I'm not going to do it. We're going to put the 10-3. Put Fort Lauderdale in here just to... We're going to start down 10 miles from our Fort Lauderdale, or from our top of the summit. We may get down a little early, but maybe I'll drop it back to like 2,200 feet per minute, see where that puts us. There is a way to make it not so much guesswork, but we don't have to be precise. Definitely planned a nice Florida coastal flight. We'll be coming up on Daytona Beach below us. All the spring breakers. No MTV down there. That really don't. That doesn't exist anymore. Used to do it with that MTV spring break, right? No, I guess not. I guess not. MTV wasn't a thing. Holden's heard of it, but never watched it. It's all right. You weren't getting any music videos anyway. Me and Limp grew up at the height of MTV. That was all music videos all the time. It's a cool view. Definitely planned it. I'm glad that it cleared up because I definitely planned a coastal flight down Florida. All right, if we have to go missed, which is a possibility because I have not landed this thing ever, although I heard it's very easy to land. We're going to missed approach, climb to 800, then climbing left turn to 3000 on a heading of 270 and outbound on DHP VOR 335 to BRA intersection at the 11.5 DME at DBH hold. So at the BRA intersection, but we're not going to be able to do that, so we'll have to do 11.5 at DHP. But since there's no ATC on or any real traffic issues, I think we'll turn out and then do a re-vector on a downwind just to make life easy, and then attempt the ILS again. There is a way to descend this on the VNav, but I didn't get that far in the manual, I don't think. The manual is not very intuitive. You got to do is read the manual. It's 146 pages. It's a novel. About halfway through it. So I was kind of using it as a study guide. So when I was learning the flight engineers panel and some of the aspects of the flight management system, kind of bouncing back and forth. And it's not a very intuitive plane, so that makes sense. Yeah. I can't wait for Just Flight's A300. That's the 400 variant. The with the flight engineers panel and INS. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. All right, 18 miles from Melbourne. And I think we're all set up. Let's see here. Menu. We got descent. What do we got for the descent? That looks like it's something that is set up during below 18,000, and we got approach. Yeah, all transfer pumps are on. 180 transport is closed. All cross feed valves are closed. The landing would be APU on. All cross feed valves open. Okay. We're 58 miles from our top of descent, so 6 minutes. So we're looking at about 10 out. I'll try VNav just to see. If that doesn't work, we're going to go with yes. Place your bets. Place your bets. I don't know. I don't think so. You guys are still pretty far behind me. Only if I get lost. Only if I get lost. No GPS. No map. Hold it for now. Yep. Drop you. This is where all set up. Hey, what guys? Coming up on Palm Beach, that vertical sim scenery for Palm Beach is really good. Looks really cool, especially at night. I have a flap schedule. Just use our minimum speeds. Yeah, this is very disco. This sounds like something that would be playing in the background on chips. They do a breakaway scene where they're cruising down I-10 on their motorcycles. Oh, look at that. Because we're coming down like a rocket. Oh, no. All right. There we go. 2,200. All right. Thrust management for the win. I was going to say that, right? I mean, it definitely would have been a breakaway scene on chips with that music. All right, guys. Well, we figured that out. All you got to do is hit VNav, and it'll start your descent for you. And at roughly 3 degrees. Nice. Well, that certainly is convenient. There's Palm Beach. Well, let's see how close I get to Fort Lauderdale. Where I get 8,000 feet. Clouds are picking up. It's the weather radar on. It does have a working weather radar, guys. Let's see, does it auto set everything? We're gonna find out. Oh, it kind of left us high and fast. Yeah, we got Billy on the ground already. All right, passing 18,000. So, kill the music. Get the flight recorder up. And let's see here, descent checklist. So it doesn't auto set. So go here. Just a reminder thing. So then select cabbing out to the landing elevation. Yep. High and fast. And where's it got us going? Well, alrighty then. We'll fix that. Going the wrong way. Going wrong. So I missed a waypoint somewhere. That's what happened because it's sending us back to JFK. There's a reason why you didn't take my bet. Nah, we fixed it. We fixed it. We caught it and fixed it. It's all good. And go radio. Slow it up here. Go to 210. And we'll go down to 4,000. We'll go down to 3,000 here. Miami traffic, Clipper 453 on the downwind runway 8 right.
Miami traffic, American 8762, descending via the Tarpon 3, planning runway 9, Miami.
Flaps 4. Miami's very crowded today on the server. It's 200. Perfect. Little hiccup. Little hiccup because I didn't put the one waypoint in that I should have. $3,000 in, arm that. No big deal. Extend our downwind. We'll go 180 and flaps 14. Flaps 10, I should say. All right. Miami traffic, Clipper 453, turning base, runway 8 right, Miami.
40 miles north of the field on the Tarpon 3 arrival. expecting runway 09.
Loc armed. .70 flaps 14. Looking good. Looking good. And the speed brake is all on its own. There's no arming. It's already armed. The computer manages it. You actually have to for it not to be automatic. ILS. Going to capture. ILS captured. Gear down. Good land. Heavy traffic. Clipper 453, 10-mile final, runway 8 right on the ILS. Looking good. Looking good. See, that goes into DLC. So we might have just a slight crosswind. Ivy traffic, Clipper 453, short final on the ILS, runway 8 right. Miami. All right, moment of truth. So the computer is calculating us at 155. Probably based on our weight.
500.
My plane. Take it off here. I got a hot air balloon here. Miami traffic, Clipper 453, clear the runway. Miami. Butter? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. I think it was a 300 feet per minute one though. Landing toast. All right, we'll go straight across here. Flaps can come up.
Miami traffic, American 8762 is 20 miles north of the field. Going to be on a left base and then going to turn left to join the ILS for runway 9, Miami.
Running after landing checks now. One moment. Flow's done. You're welcome.
Miami traffic, American 1017, turning left base, join the 09 localizer, Miami.
Our spot. Parking in. Got time. All in all, that was not bad for first time ever landing. You guys saw it right here. All right, parking brake is set. I'm going to leave the engines running for a flight recorder. All right, we'll stop the recording. And head over to runway 9. All in all, my impressions are actually really good of this plane. Really good. All right, so that's 12. So 9 is over here. And when they fix all the little minor bugs that it has, it's going to be a beautiful plane for the simulator. My hat, it goes off to Inibuilds. Bravo, guys. Way to bring a classic wide body into the sim. So I should have had Volanta on, but I didn't. So we have to have landing toast. So landing toast, our touchdown was 323 at 1.1. Not bad. Of course, I'm away from the plane now, so I don't know if I'll hear your radio calls anymore. This is 9, right? Yeah.
Miami traffic, American 8762,
Oh.
turning left to join the ILS for runway 9, Miami.
All right. All right.
Highway traffic, American 1017, 10-mile final, runway 09, Miami.
I missed some things to say. What runway? Well, runway 8 right. High and fast sounds like a go round. We fixed that. We fixed that, obviously. Nice. Kill the flip bar. Guys don't need to see my mug. Well, I think we'll get. This is the Latin VFR scenery that I have, and it's 2020, so there's no. That's why it gets an FSX look to it. But Vertical Sim is supposed to be coming out with a Miami, so hopefully, if we get that, it looks really good. If it's any indication for Palm Beach, it's gonna be good. Vertical Sim's a good designer, so.
Highway traffic, American 1017, 5-mile final, runway 09, Miami.
Them's coming in. All right, here we go.
Miami traffic, American 8762, 8-mile final, runway 9, Miami.
When they say IVAO has model matching, they ain't lying. That looked really good. Nice landing.
Miami traffic, American 1017 cleared of all runways. Miami.
All right, we got Holden coming in. That American 321. Get on the center line. Beautiful. All right, guys, let's go check out the replay of my first ever landing in the L1011.
Miami traffic, American 1017 crossing runway 12, continuing Papa, November to the ramp. Final call. Miami.
All right, let's sign off.
Miami traffic, American 8762, clear to runway 9, going to be following the company traffic to the gate. Miami, last call.
All right, let's sign off here. Where do I sign off? There we go.
See ya.
See you. Thanks for flying along. Oh, sorry. Signed off. All right. Replay up. Replay up. Flaps 33. All right. Run it forward. Let's see what we look like. Let's see what we look like. Tell you what, it felt really good in the landing flare. So a couple landings with this thing, I think we could get it into a butter kind of situation. Maybe just a little more flare. Maybe. I don't know. But I want to say that's not bad for a first time. Let's look at it one more. Yeah, I don't have any cool views set up. Yeah, we did compress them a little bit. All right, guys. Let's wind this back. I want to thank everyone who watched, liked, subscribed, flew along, and chatted with me this session. It was wonderful to have you aboard, have you along for the ride, and it was just fun. This was fun, and great plane. I highly recommend it. And if you're afraid of, I want to say the word afraid is strong. If you're just not in the liking for the whole INS thing, two things. I always say you should always expand your horizons. And number two, they put in so many different things that this plane had. GPS. There's an element of automation that could make it much easier to learn. So you can even start out with a full, almost FMS kind of flying type scenario with that INS system. You can add the GPS, the 530. You could do both. It's a really good put together idea of a plane for all people, all types of learning curves and such. So it's not as daunting as you think. And with the automated flight engineer, it actually can make your life even easier. So I kind of do a hybrid thing, and it worked out great. So, and don't forget, just read the manual. All right, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. A2A, flight 6 of our A2A 2026 challenge. Myrtle Beach down to St. Augustine. All right, guys. On to the next one. I'll see you. Virtual Flight Diaries. My name is John.